Scoggins, she is 7 strokes out of the lead. It would take something pretty unbelievable for her to win this one, but third place, podium finish, definitely on the line.
I think Kat comes out on Championship Sunday in a hot color. We saw her in orange today. I think we could see her in like bright yellow or red tomorrow. Regardless, we're going to love it. And we know that Kat is going to start the day tomorrow with fun as the predominant way to enter the round, and that is when she shines.
Ella and Holyn are absolute best buds, and it's going to be interesting. I think one of them is going to take it down tomorrow.
Today we saw Holyn shine. Ella did shoot the hot round, but Holyn brought both the business and party aspects of her personality, and I think both are required for her to come out and do that again today. I think her having her best buddy on the card is a great thing. I think both of them are going to really shine because they are so good at pushing each other. It's what they do in practice rounds. It's what they do all the time and everything outside of disc golf as well. So I think it's going to be one of the most fun battles we've gotten to watch all year long. Hello and welcome to the final round of the 2024 OTB Open presented by MVP Disc Sports. We're halfway through the year and we are in the California part of the year. We love it. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're the two hotkeys. And we do love it. And we love a bestie battle.
Yes, we sure do. An OTB bestie battle for that matter.
Yeah. Holyn and Ella going into the final round, 20 under par on the weekend, 7 strokes ahead of third place. Pretty insane overall.
Yeah, and absolutely perfect conditions as well. Ella Hansen so far in round 2, 90% fairway hits, 83% of the time finding circle 2, whoa, and making 100% of her circle 1X putts.
Wow, that's awesome. Holyn Handley, fairway hits 90%, landing in circle 2 in regulation 89% of the time, 91% C1X. These are insane statistics.
Yeah, that's how you shoot 11 and 12 down. Wow. Third on our card, Kat Mertsch in the battle for third, 90% of the time on the fairway, 78% of the time circle 2 in regulation, and making 78% of her circle 1X putts.
Scoggins rounding out the card, 100% fairway hits, perfect. Landing in circle 2 in regulation 72% of the time, 67% circle 1X putting. We're used to Own making more of those. We'll see if she can bump those up. She is hitting some good circle 2s out there.
Let's start with hole 1. It's 339 feet. It plays downhill because we tee off from the best teeing area in the sport, I'm going to say. There's couches, there's lighting, there's shade.
It's backgammon.
Backgammon, there sure is. And everyone's there watching you today. We even had sax players calling us.
Like one.
Our lead card today.
One sax player. There he is.
From the tee box from Seattle, Washington.
Big enough personality for at least 3.
Hansen.
Oh my.
It's the best.
That's the best thing I've ever seen.
Only the best here at Swenson Park. Shout out to Kevin Heiche, a.k.a. Pirate Nate, on the sax. Ella Hansen starting off in style.
Yeah, just a big old metal hit park job. I feel like we got to give Pirate Nate the props on that one for that intro.
It was 100% on him.
What a way to start.
Off the koozie, already looking comfy.
Next up from Grapevine, Texas, Holyn Handley.
I can't. What if he followed the whole round? Like, just a thought.
I already said that I would put an earbud in if it was going to bother anyone else, just so I could hear it.
Uh-huh. Holyn, 9 down on day 1, 11 down yesterday, tied for the lead right now with her best buddy. You could not ask for more. Going park job, park job.
Tongues out.
Arkansas, Kat Mertsch.
Kat's trying to fight the smile, trying to look so professional.
I actually can't with this.
No.
This is my favorite thing I've ever seen in disc golf.
I know, it's the best. He came and asked if he could do it on the chase card, and we were all like, yes. And I was like, actually, the right answer is hell yes.
Yeah. Our lead card from Los Angeles, California, 3-time Masters World Champion, Scoggins.
Pirate Nate with the bottomless pit of riffs. So impressive.
Cat Mertsch finds some branches up top. Own low flex line. Needs the skip and gets 2 circles edge. She's in own range.
All right, sadly, we're leaving the party, heading out onto the disc golf course for what you guys came here to watch. Circle 2.
I hope they enjoyed what they did not come here to watch, though, because that was something.
Cat, a nice conservative bid.
Kat had a really good round. She still shot 5 down with a triple bogey on the last hole yesterday. Own starting off hot here. Also a 5 down yesterday. What a putt to start things off. They are, 7 and 8 strokes back of the leader. So not necessarily impossible. I mean, double digits are possible out here, but it's definitely going to be something if one of them is able to reel in first or second place.
And look at Holyn and Ella already just tapping in for birdies on hole 1.
And look at us starting off with the star frame.
Nope.
Except for Cat Mertsch. Who, it's fine. It's fine. She just needs one more saxophone riff on the next hole.
You were blinded by the sparkly visor.
Yeah, she went white. Are you surprised? She went Wimbledon.
I know.
Championship Wimbledon.
The absence of color.
Hole 2 is a par 4, 573 feet. OB line all along the left, some mandatories on the right that you really don't even see, honestly. It's just to keep you on the right side of this absolute wall of trees. First shot, you can take a few routes left side or right side of the very first tree off the fairway. Second shot, you're trying to get under these low-hanging branches that are maybe 90 feet away from the pin, maybe get a little ground play. Power sidearm on the second shot is a really excellent weapon here. You can throw the backhand flex. You can do a lot of things. Let's just watch them do it.
That's one cool thing about Swenson Park. There's so many lines on every hole. It really caters to everyone's game. It's just all about keeping it in the middle and being accurate.
Which Ella does with that one.
We saw Holyn go inside route yesterday. She's doing that again today. Looks great. Ooh.
Ooh, uh-oh. I think, yeah.
Oh, no.
That's out. And I don't know if she knows it's out. Holyn can save par from over there, but kind of a...
Oh, landing that disc perfectly so it doesn't get that flare skip, a nice little straight skip at the end.
I feel like hole 2 is one of those ones that really keeps you honest. Like, you can find the OB.
Oh, yeah.
But you shouldn't.
Off the tee and off the second shot.
Mm-hmm. Cat with a great rip, getting through all of those trees with that Champ Flow Thunderbird. Looking pretty businessy on the way down the fairway.
Oh, and trying to get under the low ceiling.
We saw her park this one yesterday. She leaves this one a little short.
Yeah, her tee shot was not nearly as long as it was yesterday. Ella a little bit further. She can definitely reach this with her sidearm. There's a few guardian trees.
Low skipper into circle 2, it looks like.
Cat on the left side of the fairway with a nice open forehand. She works that left side, makes it around all the guardian trees inside the circle.
Great shot. We all know Cat Mertsch thrives at the grass courts of Wimbledon.
Holyn Handley trying to get on the green after an out-of-bounds stroke, but she's going to have some work left to do to save par.
This is a tough look from Ella. You can't even see it
So
on the
dark.
camera. It's so dark. I was going to say, with the branches and everything, it's really difficult to give that a real run. Ella just laying up for her par.
Holyn one step out of circle 2.
For a par save.
And she sends it.
Yeah, good power on it. Own also just outside circle 2, looking for a birdie, leaves that low right. Hole 2, giving our lead card trouble. Yesterday, they made this one look really easy.
Nice comeback putt from Holyn for bogey. An unfortunate one early in the round, but with her dynamic game, occasionally she does take those bogeys. As long as you keep it to a single, it's okay. There's still time.
Yeah, that's one thing Ella did really well yesterday is kind of not panic as some of her competitors got off to a hotter start than her and calmly stack up the birdies in the back. It's cool to see the same 4 competitors on the card. You don't see that a whole lot, but we've seen it a few times this year.
So Cat Mertsch, I thought that was just a yesterday thing, but it looks like this new little backwards kick is a follow through.
Yeah.
It's part of her game now. Mm-hmm. It's really dynamic.
Oh, who is she?
Chase card check-in.
Madison Walker, 3 pars to start. That's a good shot on the par 5, hole 4. The next one we're going to, actually 2 more from now because math. Oh, nice turnover. I'm just going to compliment her while she sits here silently.
Yeah, I've been trying to cheat the corner. Today I went out and around instead, relied on the distance here.
Oh, was that the intended gap?
I was trying to go the one just to the left.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. I ripped it a little. It was uphill. But still with the look, got under the low-hanging branches.
You don't. You do. You do. You do. Wow.
They didn't show the whole clip. I did a little grass check before. It looked really cool.
We'll just have to believe you. Nice birdie.
Thanks.
That was one you literally said in commentary that almost nobody gets.
Yeah.
Wow.
I definitely don't have that on my list. And so I was stoked.
You do now. Paige Pierce off to a hot start, 4 down through 4.
Yes, she was.
Ella 1 stroke in the lead of Holyn after that OB stroke.
Yeah, Paige was on my card and she was on fire. Hole 3 is a little par 3. The drone's flying the forehand route. We don't see as many people taking that. Maybe on this lead card we will, but most FPO players going up the right side gap. It was a teeny bit of a headwind. So you want to throw something a little bit stable. I like a mid or a fairway. Keep it nice and low and skip up onto the green. If you go far past the basket, even around circle's edge, you have some low-hanging branches you have to contend with, but no out of bounds.
I'm seeing more and more people take the sidearm gap.
That's good, as they should. Although it is pretty guarded by low branches.
Yeah, you just have to keep it low, though, and you can lower and straighter than it looks off the tee and just rely. It's a pretty reliably skippy fairway. Like that. Good shot from Ella.
I like how Own is all black, Cat all white. And they're both going against each other for 3rd place right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They planned it. Holyn, red for stop. Ella, green for go. So much symbolism.
Holyn going the right side gap, a little bit of an early release. But I think she makes it through those branches.
Yeah, I think out of the comfortable birdie range, though. Cat with kind of a shorter approach here. Goes a little deeper than you want. That tree is in the way. It's not far, but definitely going to have that one tree to contend with.
Holyn with a little trickier of an approach than you want, but she is good for it inside the bullseye for par.
Ella for birdie. Oh, man, she's looking good on the green.
And
She's
just
wearing
in general.
green.
Yeah.
Man, wow.
Hole 2, hole 3, only 25% of the field got this one. That really speaks for how tricky it is. Look at Cat Mertsch saving her par.
I think that headwind down the tunnel is what really gets it. We've had a pretty consistent wind all weekend. This was definitely the best day. It was a little cooler, but also not quite as gusty, I would say. Still windy, but a little less intense generally.
Yeah, more predictable.
Own tying it up with Cat. They're both 14 down. Ella now 2 strokes ahead of Holyn.
visit quirkygoodies.com today. We have over 100 fun, unique disc golf tees along with hats, stickers, metal wall art, and much more. Use code JomezPro20 for 20% off.
Hole 4 is a par 5, 891 feet. Miss Madison Walker just birdied it. That was pretty cool. We have seen this lead card go down the left tunnel off the tee primarily. There's right side gaps as well. There's an OB green before that final gap that you have to go through on the second shot. And then third shot, hopefully you are out of that gap past the green far enough where you can attack. There's really well-placed guardian trees in the way on the final approach shot. It's difficult to get up there into circle 1 for a putt.
Yeah, in years past, we've seen people try to cut the corner, but the lead card all going to go on this left gap. It really stretches the hole out, adds, I would say, 100 feet, but it maybe a little
less.
But it's the way to get the birdie. You just have to rely on some big distance shots.
I know, right? Not snake like yesterday.
Yeah, bigger distance but wider gap is the advantage. Interesting to see Owen go that way as well. But that's why this course is so fun. Cat working more of a gentle turnover line, getting great distance. Looks like Holyn took some power off that one. And she kind of takes that final gap right before the last tree, definitely trying to get all the way out. She's a little bit shorter than her competitors, but still far enough to attack for birdie.
Yeah, and you don't necessarily have to go huge on this shot. You just want to make sure you land right. That tee sign definitely just took the distance off that is required for her to have a more straight look at the pin. She's going to have to attack via Big Annie or the right side, very low ceiling.
With Holyn's distance, it's still feasible for her to get there, though. Owen going forehand. Classic Owen.
Mm-hmm. She's also going to have to pick between the two. Yesterday, we saw Ella getting far enough on her second shot where she had just a wide open second shot.
She turns this one into the branches, though. Not a bad kick, but definitely a lot less distance than she was hoping for.
Cat Mertsch getting some good turn on this disc, way around the corner.
Maybe just slightly more turn than she wanted, but plenty of distance.
Yeah.
Ella's third.
Oh, I said a turnover, but I forget about the fact that she can throw a forehand so far.
So far. How far do you think that was?
Every bit of 340.
Mm-hmm. And she'll have a circle 2 look for birdie. Again, very few people birdie this one every day. Kind of a bonus, even for the big arms.
Pollen so close to getting around that corner. Instead, just a lot of pollen.
Oh, looking like she's lining up kind of the right side tunnel here. She'll get just inside of circle 2. That's a pretty typical result for the majority of the field.
Cat also lining up that right side significantly closer. She's able to disc down just a teeny bit, rely on the overstability, get some good skips inside the bullseye.
Oh, yeah.
Holyn coming into the green pretty hot.
Whoa.
Yeah, and gonna get a roll down the hill. She's in circle 2.
Ooh, that is a rough unforced error.
Yeah, that's more work than you want for par.
The other mistakes were all small enough where it's like just a little off, but that one definitely hurts.
Ella with a soft bid. Just settling for par here. There were 7 birdies today on hole 4. This is not one that you feel like you really need to push hard for.
Unless you're you.
It was a safe bid. Not like Own, though. Going hard.
Always.
Missing high, but checking up, thankfully.
Holyn for a par save from about 46 feet uphill. Leaves that pretty low right. Being +1 through 4 definitely is going to hurt here.
Yeah, surprising. The front 9 is, we've said it in days prior, where you want to stack up birdies.
But both Holyn and Ella getting more birdies on the back yesterday.
That's
so they
true.
know they can get all of these holes.
Holyn still with a little bit of a tester for bogey. She's good for it.
She's got to be feeling so much pressure, even just after that first bogey. Now 3 strokes back of Ella.
Ella looking super solid out there. Again, really comfortable. Cat, a tap and birdie.
And moves to 2 down on the round. Solo third now.
Doesn't even watch it finish. Just knows.
Pretty baller.
Oh, I love it. Swaggy. That's going to be 3 strokes separating first and second right now. Hole 5 is a 589-foot 2-shot hole. They've added this hazard area right here beyond these yellow flags. It doesn't allow you to get as aggressive as some players would like to off the tee. You used to be able to throw a roller. Now you just have to kind of meter your distance off the tee and go a little bit bigger on the second shot. We see some players go up the middle gap, some players way out to the left. We watched both Holyn and Ella do that yesterday. It leaves about 350 or 360 to the basket, but it's wide open. So it just depends on what you want. There's a gap way right side as well. You can see Kat going that direction.
Really wide right, which I was going to say I thought was fine, but that looked late release.
Late release, and it's got some too good a distance.
Yeah, she's going to find the hazard. And the hazard that is shaped like sunglasses, like aviators, if you look at it from the map.
Oh my God, I never noticed.
Yeah, Leonard Muse told me that today. He pointed at my aviators. He says, it's actually shaped just like that, with the gap in the middle. Let's see which gap Own chooses here off the tee with her destroyer. She's going wide hyzer. Maybe not intentionally.
Yeah, it's better to land just a little more pushing that left side hazard area. There are gaps to the right. There's just some trees you're going to have to work around.
This did not quite work out for Holyn yesterday, and she's pushing the hazard again today. Same thing. Same thing as yesterday, just barely inside that hazard.
Ella, wide open look towards the pin, trying a flex shot and doesn't get the fade that she needs. This green is tricky because some places that you land, you just don't have a putt at all.
Yeah, there are a lot of trees.
Mm-hmm. Big trees.
Mean trees.
Mature trees. Holyn throwing 3 again. Having to throw a huge shot to save par. She's just outside the circle.
Yeah, it's a bummer to see that play not work out. I mean, that's Holyn trying to kind of play it safe and bank on the second shot, and it really hasn't worked the last 2 days.
Own finding a gap. You can see it's pretty pinched over there. She doesn't quite get inside the circle, but some good ground play to circle too. Kat also having to throw a longer shot to save par.
Well done. She'll have, 22 feet maybe for her par look. Ella, another long look for birdie here. Oh, I did not think that was in.
Me neither. I love the safe bid. So good. Just enough steam to get over the rim.
Yeah, but stays close if she misses. You know I'm a fan.
Uh-huh.
That was awesome.
It took me about 10 years to learn this art.
Ella birdieing every other hole and having chances at the others, looking really comfy.
Yeah, that's good enough for a good time.
You said it. All right, Own.
There she is.
Also birdieing every other hole. Also good enough for a good time.
Looking a lot more confident on the green today. She always looks confident, but they're just going in today.
That's so true. Oh, and another long look for a par save. That's great.
Wow.
There's some momentum, hopefully. Holyn.
She needs it right now. It's time to bounce back. It is a time for business, Holyn.
It is time.
She's in her corporate parking spot.
I actually think she might have a typewriter out today. It's bizarre. Some days you gotta go analog.
Cat saving par from far away. What a great approach shot. And all of a sudden, we have a pretty decent sized gap between first and second as we move through the day. Own and Cat still sitting in a tie for third for that podium positioning.
Hole 6 is a par 5, 760 feet. Most women going to take this main gap off the tee. You do got to keep it a little bit low under the trees. A lot of flexing shots. We've seen some rollers on the second shot. A lot of second shots you see kind of push towards the left, towards that OB line that's over there, which opens up your final approach shot. This has played as the first or second easiest hole on days 1 and 2 respectively. There's a lot of different ways to play it, just like so many of the holes out here at Swenson. This is how I like to play it, but about 100 feet shorter.
Yeah, this is a huge shot, and it's makes the hole easier if you land it way left, but honestly, it's fine even if you don't.
It is fine. Yeah, you don't need that distance, and you're not messing with the trees. That's why I like it off the first shot.
Own taking a gap that a lot of players choose, that middle gap. It is big, but it's low ceiling.
And that's just the worst feeling.
Yeah, that left tree surprisingly comes into play very often.
Mm-hmm.
I met her today.
That's why I don't even do it, dude. No, thank you. What's her name?
Cat really early and laughing, but making it through.
It's honestly a crush. It's very funny.
Business Holyn trying to go huge. She gives it a little too much height, but it's fine. That was also huge.
Massive.
I think she's eyeing up eagle.
Oh, yeah, definitely. She's got the Excel spreadsheet open. That's exactly what she's thinking
The
about.
formula is typed in.
Own kind of looks like a shank from this angle, but she really is trying to go that way. That's where the gap is the largest.
Yeah, once you start messing around under those trees on the right, things can get crazy pretty fast. Kind of surprised to see Ella go this way,
Over?
but she's a little bit pinched.
Yeah, it's not that bad. Look,
No.
she's past them. There's
Yeah.
one final tree to navigate around. Even with a low shot, birdie's still very much in play.
Yeah, you saw her very safely go super low. Cat going a turnover, attempting a turnover, but she's going to find that last couple of corner trees. It's fine from there, too. Pretty wide open approach. Just some low-hanging branches she could have. Holyn so far.
Unreal. This one so high, spiking in. Probably, 100 feet away max?
Max, yeah. That was a monstrous forehand.
Owns third. Working the backhand here. Whoa. Sit. Yeah, solid.
Player skip on the hill, but she stays on the green.
Kat not really happy with that one, sawing it off. It's still just outside the circle. She'll have a chance for a birdie look. Just not what you want when you're that close.
Ella, wide open look at it. She's coming in hotter than you necessarily need, but thankfully that tree stops her. There is an out-of-bounds green just behind the basket.
Holyn, given that eagle bit a little bit of a run, she'll have a tiny bit of work left for her birdie.
This played is the easiest hole of the day today. There were 23 birdies. 32 out of 46 competitors got to circle one in regulation.
Still no eagles, though? Wow, what a birdie putt from Kat.
Yep, no eagles. It's there.
Yeah.
You see how hard it is. I think rollers must be in play. Kat Mertsch getting a pretty straightforward birdie. Just kidding, it was wild.
It was really crazy.
Oh. It sits down. Ella just continuing her pattern.
Yeah, it'd be weirdly asymmetrical if she were to birdie that one.
Let's see if Own can break into something different. She sure can.
Yeah, she can. That's what she's known for.
Half the field birdieing this hole.
And Holyn able to get one back on Ella. Looking confident out there.
And worked her way back to even par on the day.
3 strokes separating. Kat and Own all tied up. Oh, let's check back in.
Huh. Oops, 4 in a row.
4 in a row. Little Cooper's Hawk.
A Cooper's Hawk on a goose. That's a lot.
It is a lot. I don't know if I like that. Get off of there.
Stop it.
Stand still.
Yep, I landed in the deepest hole in the world.
Okay.
Couldn't do it, so I had to stand still. But thankfully,
Oh, but you sent it.
Sure did. Thankfully, many injuries has let me really learn a great standstill. Yeah, it was about 340 uphill.
Stop it. Let's put the biggest golden sombrero, the biggest one on that Cooper's Hawk.
I think that might be my first golden sombrero, so yay.
It's going to be a 10-gallon golden sombrero.
Yay.
That's not a thing, but we're going to invent it. Congratulations.
Yeah, imagine that in the ad break. Hole 7, one of the shortest holes of the day, but it is not easy. This water is in a perfect position, and you can see that out of bounds line extending around all the sawgrass to the right side. You can throw a backhand, but it is so risky. Those low-hanging branches and that grass provide a perfect barrier keeping you from going inbounds. Forehand, I think, is the ideal play here, but uphill it plays closer to 300 or maybe even 310. Usually a headwind as well. There's an out-of-bounds green on the left if you turn it over, so it's scary.
Own parked.
Own making it look so easy.
Kat gonna show us the backhand here.
Ooh, that's beautiful.
Pretty shot.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
All right, bullseye ladies.
The low line is just insane. You see a lot more hyzers usually over the grass, maybe pushing that ceiling. But I think we're going to see both Holyn and Ella with forehands. That's what we've seen every other day. Okay.
Oh, man.
We had 3 people inside the circle on this hole on my car, or all 4 people on Chase card, and we were like, no one else is going to do that.
Here we go.
But watch this.
Let's see if Ella can follow suit here. Keep her every other birdie pattern going. She'll have to work a little more than the other ladies.
Yeah, but 4 for 4 inside the circle, that is so cool.
That's very good. Oh, first air ball we've seen from Ella. She's going to go a little deep, and I think she is still out.
Yeah, definitely some work left to do. It drops off behind the basket pretty good.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
And I feel like in this moment that could feel a little frantic. But like we talked about earlier, so important to remember that there's so much time.
Yeah, not get frazzled. Holyn settling in. Ella, we'll see. That's the first nerves we've seen on the putting green in a minute.
Really impressive of Holyn to bounce back right now. She'd get herself back under par.
I mean, did you see those important papers she took out at the tee pad out of her briefcase? Like, she means
I
business.
think she made a deal. Owen with an absolute tap in.
Yeah, and Kat. I mean, all of them. Pretty impressive.
Yep, 3 in a row for Owen.
And 3 different lines to get there. Pretty cool.
It's a little closer now.
Yeah.
Sure is. Third
Okay.
place even kind of in there in the
Okay.
mix.
Hole 8, we just saw Mad birdie it. It's a par 4, 591 feet. Most women are going to take this left side gap. It lengthens the hole a little bit, but it's a nice open look at it from over there. We see some women try to cheat the corner under the trees on the right and then shorten the second shot, but you can get caught up if you're not careful. That curb and sidewalk can be in the way, but it is inbounds, casual. There's an OB green behind the basket, very close within the circle. There's a hazard sand trap to the left. We've seen Owen do this the last 2 days, going sidearm up the left gap and trying to kind of cheat her way around the final bit of the corner and shorten the second shot. That looks great.
Yeah, some really impressive distance, and a lot of good shots have a tendency to land in that little lumpy area. There's many ground-dwelling animals on this property.
Sure is.
Cat, roller.
Oh, wow.
Yes. That was huge.
Yeah, it was.
She's out in the clovers. Which is far.
I
for
think
those
that
of you that
was-
haven't been there.
Yeah. I feel like your tone really sold the clovers. Like, that's a good place to be. Holyn also laying down the roller.
Looking for the clovers.
They, both of these ladies did this yesterday as well, and what great consistency.
I love that this course invites rollers by not having too much roped out of bounds. It's cool that they designed a course on a golf course that doesn't require that design element to make it interesting.
Ella also way up there.
Yeah, bypassing both Kat and Holyn with her roller.
All residents of Cloverdale.
Owen in a hole, kind of a funky little run up, and she puts it a little high, but she is putting.
In own range. It's hard to say. She might be on that sidewalk.
Yeah.
Wow. So far up here. A lot of times this second shot is a full drive, like we saw from Madison earlier. Holyn, though, she's closer, but leaves that right slower speed disc, doesn't have the fade.
Cat in mid-range distance.
I'm going to say it's inside 300 easily.
Might even be throwing a putter.
Fluffed.
It's hard to attack this green. Look how close that hazard bunker and out of bounds green is.
Ella, farthest off the tee, going sidearm here. Yeah, so
She's
far.
so far.
Yeah.
That's just a little chip.
And parked. She's so far.
Nice bounce back from the last hole.
Yeah.
Oh, and didn't even make it to the cart path, a layup, and that is a smart play here. You don't want to mess around on this green.
If Owen's laying it up, you know it's risky. We've seen her run some crazy stuff.
Cat's pre-shot routine.
Whoa, Heiser? Yeah. Cat's so interesting to watch putting because it's never quite consistent. Like, as you said, she's a feel player. And so the release point, the angle, it all changes just kind of based on how she's feeling and
What the green looks like in that moment, what the wind's doing.
and it's working.
And it sure is.
Holyn leaves that putt short right. Gonna lose another stroke to Ella here.
Yeah, looking a little nervy on the green.
Well, I guess I can't say that for sure. I thought Ella was a little bit closer. This is a bit of a tester, but she is in. Great bounce back. That's Ella's first bogey in something like, I don't know, what, 24 holes? Maybe more?
Holyn gonna have to settle for par here on hole 8. There were only 9 birdies on the day today with only 13 people. Oh, sorry, only 7 people landing in circle 1, 24 landing in circle 2. So you can see the timid nature of this approach.
That was Ella's first bogey in 37 holes.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Pretty cool.
Still a battle for podium spots. We close out the front 9 of Championship Sunday with this par 4. Yesterday we played it as a par 5. I'd say most players going this right side gap that the drone is flying. Hopefully getting as far as you can because this second shot is so tricky. Not only do you have to go over the water if you want to get a birdie, but you also have to be accurate. And a lot of times those drives land on the right side of the fairway, leaving you with either a big forehand or a turnover shot. And we had a left to right crosswind today that made that shot extremely technical.
It was more right to left when I came through. That's
Weird.
interesting.
Yeah, it was like ripping left to right.
That's what, because I went right side today and I hadn't, because it had been left to right. So that is a crush no matter what the wind is doing.
Safe all day.
And far.
Yeah, this tee shot was a little bit of a headwind, I guess, as the day progressed.
Ella, so far also, probably what, 20,
Makes
30 feet
Makes
past
catch
cats.
cam have to do a little twirl.
Horizon PD from Ella. Oh no.
Yeah, unfortunate turn and burn, and she's going to have to take it from the short side.
There's an optional drop zone.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, so which is good for speed of play. It's on the other side. Probably not many women able to go across the water from the drop zone, though.
Holyn with a huge shot to follow. Owen from that drop zone, definitely eyeing the layup, just doing a little standstill.
Surprised with how close you were to OB on several of the days that you didn't know there was a drop zone. Just kidding. You beat me by 15.
It's even funnier because I landed on the line today.
Oh my gosh. Cat going across on the second, putting it up nice and high over these reeds, needs to swing under that branch. It's so good.
Man,
that's so good.
That's so good, and that is such a scary shot.
And that's to go 4 in a row.
That was so impressive.
I feel like Kat has the best, like, secret handshake / whatever it is with vibes with her caddies, but that other people get to see, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And, oh, man. Holyn, once again, just a little too overstable of a disc or not quite committed of a shot. Ella, so far left that she has to hyzer? That's insane.
Huge shot. And she does catch a few of those reeds, but is able to get inside the circle, no problem.
I've never seen anyone throw a hyzer to this green.
Yeah. On another level. Owns 4th after going from the drop zone. Still some work left to do to save that bogey. Her first of the round. Is Holyn? She was in.
Yep. Very
Okay.
close.
Oh, man. Good looking run. Ella to extend the lead once again. Oh, yeah.
Just looking so comfortable on the green.
Yeah, she looks so calm. It's so cool to see because I think 3 years ago, this was her first lead card appearance, and boy, did she look nervous. Or maybe it was feature card.
Ooh.
Uh-oh, what a mean roll from... Wow, okay, Owen gonna have to go from a similar distance now for double.
And welcome to the chat, business own.
That hurts with Cat parked for a birdie. Hurts anyway. I mean, as Madison said, it doesn't feel too bad to take a single bogey out here, but even a double feels devastating, let alone a triple.
This played as the most difficult hole of the day. Almost 50% of the field with a bogey or worse. There were only 5 birdies. Only 7 people getting to circle 1 and 13 to circle 2. This is so much harder in the par 4 layout.
It is.
So much harder.
And it's cool that they experimented with that par 5 layout. I'll be curious to see if we see more of that in future years. Oh man, were you having a good day or something? Miss Madison Walker going left side, turnover, crushed. That's huge. What'd you throw?
It was a fission wave, and I don't know if I actually outdrove Paige, but she let me go first.
That's so nice.
Or last, I mean.
And not a bad sidearm, but that tree really does get in the way when you're trying to keep it safe.
Did you see that fish jump in the background?
I sure did.
I said, yeah, and watch this.
She said, yeah. You are the fish. Do you do a jump here?
Yeah, into the lake.
You should.
I just mullet jump.
You should have.
And that wraps up the front 9. A little bit of a battle still, kind of, for first place.
4 strokes isn't that much.
And we watched Holyn and Ella both birdie a million holes on the back. Cat Mertsch doing some work.
Making moves.
Yeah, Scoggins just falls off a teeny bit with the triple bogey. Paige Pierce putting together a solid round. She's up into that tie for 4th right now.
Madison Walker also putting together a solid round. Natalie Ryan so far with the hot round. 4 strokes separating Holyn from Ella, who is leading. Cat Mertsch only 5 strokes back now. Lots of birdies, lots of danger. 9 more holes to go.
Yep, just a little bit more wind in the forecast with lots of sunshine here at Swenson Park. We've had such a great weekend, but we still have 9 holes left on Championship Sunday, so come hang with us. Thanks again, Founders Club. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're the 2 Hot Geese.
Honk.